I invested a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept, so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a, come on, stop the music, please. Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? No, real talk. And so all this twerking and shit, take it to Prime, take it to Pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are twerking on glass here? If you want to do it, get the fuck out my restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it now. Don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Thank you.
Kitchen and Kocktails, honey. When I tell you, I saw this story and first I cracked up. I died laughing, but then I started dissecting because you know how I do. I be talking about our issues, and so I was like, okay, I need to just rewatch this. And then I read comments, and I went on Twitter, and I went on Instagram. I had to just really see what you, the people, were thinking about. And then I started analyzing and started really going in. So before I get started with my reaction and my 2 cents, because I got 2 cents too, before I add that in, let me tell you about a true story that happened to me when I was, when I had my show on BET, which is now BET Her. But during that time, I got to go to a lot of events. So there was this one event for this, I would just say, one of the top 3 magazines for black women. Okay, it was a magazine party, and they hosted it at this white establishment. So at the party, everybody's coming in, and you had pretty much every B-list celebrity sprinkled in with a couple of A-list celebrities was there. And mostly everybody's at the front at the bar, because the step and repeat was at the front at the bar. So most of us was kind of, mingling around there. So this white man came up and he was like, listen, I need for you guys to move to the back. We grown, we on TV, we doing our thing, black excellence. We ignored him. Doing the most. I ignored him the first time. Most of us did. The back was empty. Nobody was in the back. Second time he comes around, and now you can see he's getting more frustrated. And he's like, okay, I really need for you guys to go to the back. And then he explained why. He said the magazine did not rent out the entire space. So before my clientele gets here, I need for you guys to be in the back. Ooh, child, when I tell you that hurt me to my heart because, it was a white man telling my black ass that I got to go to the back. Okay? So, of course, we don't want to hear it. But I understood where he was coming from. He gave me more information, and right is right, wrong is wrong. The magazine only rented out the back, so that's where we're supposed to go. So it didn't take me but 2 times for him to tell me after he explained it. I know I should have went the first time. I know. But anyway, I went the second time. I was like, okay, I'm going to the back. I was the only one that went to the back. Everybody else, because they were way, they were big time celebrities. And so they really wasn't checking for it. If I thought I wasn't checking for it, the celebrities, the real celebrities, they were like, they were not moving. Well, the third time, people started coming in, his regular clientele, white people, they started coming in. Honey, when I tell you he went off, he was like, I'm not going to ask y'all again. Y'all need to go to the back. He named the magazine and he said they only rented out the back. You could not afford the entire space, so I need you to go to the back. Woo! Everybody was on blast, honey. Everybody was on blast. And guess what? We all scurried. I was already back there, got me a good table, but the rest of them scurried back there and was in their place. So I wanted to say all of that to say, hey, This owner here at Kicthen and Kocktails had every right, because if you look, and I'll share it, as you can see, he went to the table very nicely. You can see him and his hand gestures. You can see he's being very nice. He's asking them. He's actually begging them. So he went to them. And according to him, that was the second time that he went to them very nice and very professional. And like the other owner, the white owner who told the celebrities to take their monkey butts to the back, this guy just did it in his way. You know how we are, black people. We are very passionate about our stuff and we love hard. Okay? It's one thing to get on our nerve, but it's another thing to get on our last black nerve. You get on that last black nerve, oh, you're going to get cussed out. And they lucky they didn't get whooped on, okay? Because that last black nerve, ooh, you know how that is. So don't even sit up here and try to be all like, oh, he should have been professional. He was several times. But we also know, and we have to keep it real, we have a lot of issues in our community. We're not all the same. We may all have the same skin color, but we are not all the same. There are some of us who can't understand kindness. They can't understand respect. Some people only can understand when you cuss them out. And it is what it is. Some people don't understand any other language but foul language. And some people don't understand anything until you whoop that ass. And it is what it is, okay? Now, I understand that some of y'all feel like he shouldn't have said it with everybody, but guess what? You ain't got to go back there. If you didn't like it, the good thing is you do not have to go back there. You got somewhere else to go. But this brother is trying to create something that we typically don't have. And when we go to the music, the excuse for me with the music was whack. Okay? So what he's playing, the music we like to listen to. Everybody should know that there's a time and a place for everything. So, you know when you're in church and sometimes the choir, if you got a real good church that can get down with the music, the choir, sometimes they remix a popular song, but they make it for Jesus and they make it for Christ and they make it for God. You know those churches where they can remix. Okay, so when they remix in a jam for Jesus, do you be twerking up in church? Unfortunately, some of you might be saying, yep, I do, because the song makes me want to twerk. Come on now. Come on now. There's a time and a place for everything. And I think with this twerking, I have a couple of questions with the twerking. What the girl, okay, this girl that stood up and had to twerk with her hands on the glass and all this kind of stuff that they were saying. And you know what? I commend the guy for not showing that video because he said he didn't want to embarrass her. That was extra nice. You could tell this guy has real compassion for his people because he could take it to the next level and really show her ass because she showed it. She wanted to twerk. But my question is, with the twerking, okay, it's a dance. But what does it mean? What does the twerking dance really mean? In a sense that you have to do the twerking dance at a restaurant? What do you want people to know about you? Is it that you want people to know that you can shake your ass? Is it, because to me twerking can get very sexual. I mean, that's what they do in the strip clubs, you know, and when some people, they break it down all the way down, it really becomes a sexual kind of a gesture. Like you can take it a certain way. And that's my thing when it comes to the twerking is that what you're trying to say? And is that like a skill that you want people to know that you can take it, you can ride it like that? Is that what you're trying to make everybody know? Because if you're considering that sexy, how is it sexy? I mean, it's about sex. But how is it sexy for you to say at a restaurant, you're sitting with your peeps and you get up and you twerk like that? You want people, your friends to know, you want people around you to know what exactly? What exactly are you saying about yourself? And exactly what are you trying to represent to your group of friends in the public? Because it's not just a dance, it's something way more. Because if you was in, the music was just so good, you could have did the robot, you could have did like a wine. There's all kinds of dances you could have done, but to twerk is something specific. So what are you really trying to say, and what are you selling? That's the other thing. And if she was on a date, would she have done the same thing? Would she have got up and twerked? And that brings me to my second question, okay? Because, I know we grown and we got friends, and sometimes we have friends that are just assholes and jerks, Some of them can be obnoxious and just dumb and goofy, and we deal with them. We don't deal with them all the time, but when we do, and when we go out with them, we kind of tell them, all right, girl, don't be acting a fool today. All right, girl, don't be tripping today. All right, girl, don't embarrass me today. We give them that, forewarning. So her friends, what's up with her friends? Was the whole entire table in this same mentality, in this same twerking mentality, or was it just her? Was she the only one that was doing the most? Some people just do the most. And so where was her friends at? Why didn't they say to her, okay, girl, you doing the most, you really playing yourself, and you're embarrassing me. I'm here too. I'm paying, for my meal, and I want to enjoy myself. And he done came over here and he done asked us nicely. Let's just chill. Let's not ruin the mood. Where was her friends to say that? Or was the entire 3 tables in that same mentality? I find that very hard, that 3 table worth of grown women had that same twerking mentality, like homegirl, who had to stand in some furniture and literally show her ass on a window. That's the part that trips me out. After this person comes over to you the first time, and then the second time, you decide to stand on the furniture and to twerk. So were you saying, well, I'm grown, I'm sexy, you can't tell me what to do? Was that your message? And if that was your message at that particular time, at a restaurant with your friends, then there's something else seriously wrong, where you need that type of validation and you need that type of attention. Because again, my question is, what does the twerking really mean to you at that point? What does it say? But it's kind of sad also to see that we can't have something different, and the mentality that we also have about that. Because he played this music, because there's a DJ, because there were drinks served in repurposed glass, that tells you that this restaurant and the mentality should be less than. It should be only treated as a strip club. It should only be treated as wild, as ratchet. And that speaks more about you than it does the establishment, because we always ask for something different as Black people. We always ask for something different. But some of us, when we get it, is it jealousy? Are you being envious? Because the food looks amazing. I might want to hear some hip hop, because you're not going to get that at Mastro's. At Mastro's, you're going to get something different. But why can't you have fine dining with our culture, with our music, without making it ratchet? He doesn't have strip poles on the bars. There's no strip poles anywhere in this place. So he wasn't asking for that. So you mean to tell me you can't accept something different? It's like, I always say this, I got this statement from an actor, but they said there's some people who are so used to oatmeal, they could only eat oatmeal. When you give them steak they throw up because they cannot handle the richness. And that's what I'm getting from this whole kitchen and cocktails. There are some people who are only going to eat oatmeal. And if you're not ready for the steak, go where they serve oatmeal and stay out of the way of people who can actually digest filet mignon. Don't bother them. Let them have it. Okay? You can't, if you want to keep yourself down, you can't bring people who are up down, but we can bring the people who are down up. So try to allow yourself to say, okay, I was doing the most, I was wrong. Let me check myself and just take a loss. There's nothing wrong with taking a loss and moving forward and growing to be better. You always want to move up. You don't always want to stay down just because. Come on now. So that's what I had to say about that. I mean, I got some more to say, but I want to keep this video short because I was tickled. I was tickled that this man, y'all got on his last black nerve and he just had to let y'all know. If you understand what I'm talking about, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, we can agree to disagree. I'm here for it. Just keep it cute, because any hate, any disrespect, it's gonna get deleted. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. I am trying to get 1,000 subs before the end of this 2020. If you can help me out, I would appreciate that. If you are watching this on my Facebook page, please like my page and follow. And if you're watching this on my IGTV, please follow and share. And I can't wait to go to Houston and check out Kitchen and Cocktails, because the food looked good and I'm all for the owner.
And you guys are twerking on glass here. If you want to do it, get the fuck out my restaurant. Look what I get.
And it is what it is.